For the first time ever, America as a whole is consuming more wine than any other country in the world. We just passed France this year. What's behind that? Smarter consumers, a go-local approach, and more daring entrepreneurs. We visited one in upstate New York.
Day in the life.
The life of Tom Higgins today looks a whole lot different than it did just a few years ago. He was in the tech industry, working in New York City.
Pages at 3 o'clock in the morning and constantly having to turn around and follow up looking at servers. At the end of the day, we really needed to pursue the seed inside of you, the passion, the energy.
So in 2006, Tom moved 4 hours north to rural upstate New York and bet the farm. He opened a small winery.
Those are Pinot Noir grapes, but they're in their infancy right now.
Today, he's his own boss and his company's only full-time worker.
It's much more relaxing, and I think I see the fruits of my labor in the long run.
You literally get to taste the fruits of your labor.
Absolutely, yes.
Tom and his wife Susan are a new kind of American wine producer, not bound by old family tradition, not just harvesting the same old wine regions.
We retain about half the stems.
And in the process, helping to propel wine consumption in America to record levels.
We're definitely much more involved in the wine business, both as a producer and as a consumer country, than we ever were before.
For the first time ever, the U.S. is drinking more wine than any other country in the world. More than even the classic connoisseurs, the French. Why? Well, some believe it dates back to a famous 60 Minutes story in 1991 called The French Paradox.
So the answer to the riddle, the explanation of the paradox, may lie in this inviting glass.
In that report, Morley Safer explained that despite diets high in fat, the French were outliving Americans, maybe because of the health benefits of red wine.
Suddenly people began to think, hey, should we be drinking a little bit of wine with our dinner? And that really drove a lot of the activity in the wine industry and a lot of the boom that we see now 20 years later.
Today, wine is more accessible than ever. In 35 states, you can pick up a bottle or even a box in your local grocery store. And we're not just drinking more wine, we're also producing it in places that decades ago you'd never imagine.
You can make great wines here in the Midwest. Illinois produces over 1 million gallons of wine a year now.
You have wine in 50 states, but you have really good top quality wine in a lot more states than you ever have before. Chips.
In New York, Tom Higgins has only been selling wine for 3 years.
So now this is leaving all the stems intact.
Focusing on the most fickle grape at that, Pinot Noir. But already his winery is winning awards and pleasing palates.
It's quality. I mean, it's a classy place. They're great people. They're very nice, but the wine is so good.
Tom says the success is all in the name, heart and hands.
The driving force behind the winery is certainly passion, which is why we have the heart and the hands in terms of the hand craftsmanship that goes into the making of the wine, as well as the passion with the heart. Well, thank you so much for making the trek.
It's a passion he shares with more and more Americans, ending each day with that rewarding glass of wine.
And because we do research here, we get involved. Yeah, you have to get involved in the stories, right? We have actually 2 wines from Heart and Hands here this morning, which I brought for you.
This is the award-winning Pinot Noir?
This is the Barrel Reserve Pinot Noir,
okay.
Right, which has
been, honestly, smells fantastic.
It does smell
fantastic. And the minute they set the
here.
glass down, I've been dying to try it because it smells
Okay, well then dig
delicious.
in. So by the way, the nose, I have my tasting notes here because my palate is weak at best. Hints of pomegranate, berry, cloves, spice, tempting the senses.
I taste a little spice.
Do you like
it's
that?
Tempting,
Am I
right.
selling it? Am I selling it?
Chef Glor. Sommelier.
The finished dark notes of cherries continue in the mid-palates.
This would be fine with hearty beef stews or grilled steaks.
Yes, indeed.
It's really delicious.
Isn't
I love
good?
it.
I tried this one this past weekend. That is a very good Pinot Noir. It's funny because a lot of people, when they think upstate New York, they think these white wines, and we do have a white here
right.
as well. But Tom decided to focus on the reds, and again, sort of redefining what we think of that area. Not just New York, but we mentioned Illinois is doing things a different way as well.
So this is a white, but he's actually using the same grape that he uses for the Pinot Noir?
Right, that's the polarity.
Okay.
The nose, you're getting aromas of vanilla custard, mango, and baked peaches. Did you pick all those up?
I made a mango salsa last night. I tasted in here.
How about that?
It's
Coming
delicious.
back again.
It's not too sweet. I like it.
Really good stuff. If you get a chance to check out the Finger Lakes, it's probably worth a trip.
Stop by. Visit Tom.
For the views, for the wine, for everything else. Cheers.
We'll drink to that.
Yes.
Just ahead.
Cheers.